Struggling to lose weight postpartum, even though you're trying everything? You're not alone, mama. In this episode, I am breaking down the 3 biggest reasons why the scale might not be budging, and more importantly, what you can do to start seeing real progress. From common nutrition mistakes to exercise myths and the sneaky impact of stress and sleep, we are covering it all. If you're feeling stuck in your postpartum weight loss journey, this episode is a must listen. Grab a notebook and pen, and I hope you enjoy today's episode. Feeling exhausted, overwhelmed, and like you've lost yourself in the postpartum chaos? Wondering how to nourish your body, regain your strength, and finally feel like you again? Hey, I'm Val, a functional sports dietitian, postpartum fitness coach, and mama who's been right where you are. Welcome to the Strong and Nourished Mama podcast, where I help busy moms like you reclaim your energy, your strength, and your confidence through simple nutrition and wellness strategies. If you're ready to feel strong, nourished, and unstoppable, you're in the right place. Let's get started. Hey, I just wanted to tell you real quick that I am offering you 15 minutes of free nutrition coaching with me. That's right, free nutrition coaching with me. 15 minutes, ask me the questions that you would like, and walk away with clarity and feeling ready to conquer your day. To get access to this free 15-minute coaching session, I am asking that you leave a review on Apple Podcasts to share this information with other moms. I would be so grateful, and I would love to chat with you for 15 minutes to help you on your wellness journey. To get your free 15 minutes of coaching with me, go to Apple Podcasts, leave a review, take a screenshot before you submit it, and email it to me at info@wellnessbyval.com. I am only accepting the first 8 people who do this, and then you will get scheduled to do free 15-minute coaching with me, and I am so excited. And it truly means the world to me, and it also helps the show reach more amazing moms like you. All right, back to the show. Before I had my baby girl, I knew that I wanted to take recovery and my postpartum journey slow. I wanted to give myself at least a year to slowly get back into the movement that I was doing and building strength and muscle, losing some fat. But I still wanted to focus on recovering and being able to feed my baby because that was important to me. I wanted to breastfeed her and produce enough milk. And I knew that my recovery with that would be slow. She was my first baby, so you don't know what you don't know, right? So I remember, I think it was like a month after I had her, I tried on one pair of my jeans and I couldn't even get them over my hips. And I was like, wait, what? Wait a second, hold on, what? And I was shocked and I was surprised. And I remember talking to my husband about it. I showed him because I couldn't even pull my pants all the way up, and of course I couldn't button them, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like my pants don't fit. I was totally sad and heartbroken. I'm like, what is going on? And my husband's like, babe, you literally just had a baby 4 weeks ago. It's okay. And he was comforting me and helping me and kind of bringing me back to reality. He's like, you know this. And I'm like, oh yeah, duh. Like it's going to take a hell of a lot longer than 4 weeks to be able to fit in my jeans. I think it took like 12 months to fit back into my jeans. And I bought other jeans along the way throughout my 12 months postpartum, my first 12 months postpartum. And I was like, hey, I'm going to find something that fits me. And I'm going to take this journey slow. But I just remember how frustrating it felt losing weight after having a baby. But again, I was brought back to reality and to what was realistic and what was important, which was recovering well, taking it slow so that it was sustainable, and that I was able to continue feeding my baby. And I hear so many moms complaining how difficult it is to lose weight postpartum. So of course I've experienced it, and then I'm talking with other moms in one-on-one coaching sessions about their personal journey and their frustration. And it's interesting because talking to a bunch of different women in our coaching sessions, there are some commonalities. Now everyone is different, and there are different things that are going to help us, and that's okay. But there were things that kept coming up that I realized, okay, these are some common things that why moms are having trouble losing weight postpartum. So that's what I want to talk about today. I have a client who is she's probably 5 months postpartum now, since it's been about a month since I've talked with her. And she came to me saying, hey, I'm ready to focus on losing weight. She's not breastfeeding. She started moving and exercising, and she wants to reach these specific goals that she has for herself. Now, was 4 months postpartum at the time. And when we dove into everything that she was doing, her nutrition, her movement, her sleep, her stress, which of course, as a mom, especially of a 4-month-old and toddlers, that's a lot, right? We're probably not sleeping as well. Nutrition may not look as hot as we want it to. We may just be snacking or not eating enough. And so she was really frustrated, like, hey, I'm not losing weight. What's going on? And the reasons that we're going to talk about today are some of the things that I discussed with her. I'm really excited to check in with her. We check in soon to be able to see how things are going, how she's feeling. So that's going to be super exciting. But the 3 reasons that you're not losing weight postpartum: reason 1, you're not eating enough. Reason 2, you're overdoing cardio and ignoring strength training. And reason 3, stress and sleep deprivation are working against you. So let's dive into these 3 reasons why you're not losing weight postpartum. Number 1, you're not eating enough. Many moms undereat, especially postpartum, thinking it will speed up weight loss, but it actually slows metabolism down significantly. So it's actually going to hurt us. Postpartum is not a time to undereat and to underfuel. Go back and listen to episode 3 where I talk about postpartum wellness, because I dive into a little bit more detail there. But it's so common for moms in this time period, within the first 12 months postpartum, and especially beyond and throughout the different chapters, to undereat. You're not eating enough, you're underfueling, and that's negatively going to impact your metabolism, and it's also going to negatively impact hormones. When we are consuming a low-calorie diet, meaning we're not eating enough, we're not getting enough energy, our milk supply, of course, if you're breastfeeding, is going to take a hit dramatically. And your hormones are going to take a hit because your body is going to feel threatened. Even though there's really no threat going on, you're not being attacked, your brain perceives a threat. And it's telling the rest of the body, and therefore making increase in stress hormone cortisol. Cortisol is not a bad thing. She's amazing. She gets us out of bed. We need her. But if your brain is constantly perceiving a threat because you're not eating enough, cortisol is going to be pumped out all of the time. And then you're going to get a dysregulation in this hormone among other hormones, which is then going to impact how you're losing weight, your recovery, and your milk supply postpartum. So if your brain perceives a threat, you're under eating, you're not giving your body what you're asking. So you're feeding your baby, you started exercising again, you're chasing a toddler, you went back to work full time. Your body's like, yo, girl, I need 2,300 calories a day, and you're giving me 1,200. What is up with that? I don't know what I'm going to eat next. So your body holds on to fat, and it slows down metabolism, thinking it's not going to get food anytime soon, and it's going to burn muscle, the precious, beautiful muscle mass, for energy. And postpartum, we already have low muscle mass because of carrying our baby, and we're energy nutrient depleted, and we're recovering still. And so when we are not eating enough, this negatively impacts hormones, metabolism, threatens the body, we hold on to our fat, and we burn muscle for energy. And then, of course, milk supply is going to take a hit. And you may be gaining weight, or just really, really stubborn weight loss. Like no matter what you do, the scale isn't budging, body comp isn't changing. What do you do instead? You focus on nutrient-dense, balanced meals, protein, fiber, healthy fats, your complex carbohydrates. Go back and listen to episode 9 so that you can learn how to build a balanced and a healthy plate, because that is going to be key. We want to make sure that we shift away from this negative restriction, rigid rule mindset and focus on giving our body what it needs to fuel and to recover. And trust me, if you do that, trust me, 12 months postpartum, you are going to feel like a totally different woman, and it's going to be amazing. You can also schedule a one-on-one with me. So I urge you to schedule a one-on-one coaching session with me. It's just 60 minutes. We're going to dive into all of the details, what you're currently doing, what used to work, what can you try, what can you implement, and I'm going to give you a wellness plan that works specifically for you. I am very limited on spots with my coaching calls right now. So going to wellnessbyval.kit.com/coaching, getting that scheduled right away. Get your spot because they go very quickly, and work with me one-on-one so that I can help you. I can guide you on this postpartum wellness journey. One, let's make sure you're eating enough. What does that look like? How much is that? So that you can actually support muscle mass and your body can feel safe so that you can actually lose fat mass, not muscle, because we don't want that. Now, reason number 2 is you're overdoing the cardio and you're ignoring strength training. So many times I see moms excessively going to cardio. They're not even thinking about strength training. Maybe they are, maybe they're doing some body weight. And of course, postpartum, we progressively want to increase our weight and build back our strength, our core, pelvic floor, all of those things. But a lot of women are focusing on cardio. I got to get on the Stairmaster. I got to get back to running and doing all of these things. And it's not that we can't do cardio because, hey, we need it. We need cardio to be able to support our cardiorespiratory fitness and functionality. But if that's all you're doing and you're under eating, which is so common, you're going to get an increase in stress hormones. And that's going to lead to further fat retention, meaning you're going to be holding on to even more fat. Your body's like, oh my gosh, now you're adding in intense cardio? Girlfriend, give me a break. You're not giving me enough energy. You're burning way too much. And you're asking me to do these other things and feed your baby? Like, that's not going to happen. Holding on to fat and, again, burning muscle for energy. Muscle mass is key for boosting our metabolism. So the more muscle mass that we have, you're going to see that your resting energy expenditure, the amount of energy, the amount of calories you burn at rest increases. It's so cool to see when you're getting this body composition test done. And when you see your muscle mass increasing, your resting energy expenditure is going to increase. So you're boosting metabolism. You're burning more at rest. But many postpartum moms are avoiding strength training. And so when you're already depleted postpartum and you feel like the life is being sucked out of you, like when I was postpartum, I felt like I was in a body cast. I felt like I had no muscle and just the life was being sucked out of me. And it was. So I had to replenish. I had to rebuild. I had to recover with nutrition, of course, and then with strength training to be able to stimulate the muscle to be able to increase muscle mass, strength, stability, which also helped with being a mom. So what do you do instead? If you're overdoing it on your cardio, what do you do instead? Start with gentle core and strength workouts to build back strength safely. Now, this is what I teach moms in my postpartum core and pelvic floor recover and rebuild program. So you actually learn how to recover postpartum and how to rebuild safely in a way that's going to help you hold your baby without getting back pain, putting them in the crib, lifting up toys, and then adding in movements to help with strength, stability, fat loss, and muscle building. So this is for busy moms who want to heal, strengthen, and thrive after birth. Stay tuned because I'm going to be opening up registration for this, and I'll give you all the deets when I have that. But for now, you can actually do this self-study, self-paced program, and the link to sign up for that is going to be in the show notes. So be sure to check that out, but also stay tuned for the live coaching program that I'm going to be offering shortly. I'm super excited for it. So reason 2, you're overdoing the cardio and ignoring the strength training. Let's find a beautiful balance with both. We need to add in some strength, some gentle core and strength workouts to build back strength safely. Now, the last reason number 3 is stress and sleep deprivation are working against you. And you're probably laughing. You're like, Val, I have a 2-month-old. I have a 5-month-old. I'm going through another sleep regression. I ain't going to sleep ever again. And that is not the truth. You will sleep again. And I know it's hard right now, but understand that especially when you're under eating and you're overdoing on the cardio, you're already feeling super threatened. Your brain is feeling super threatened, and it's going to be really hard for you to lose fat. So your weight's not going to budge. But what happens is when you are very stressed, not only just physically with underfueling and overexercising, but mentally, which we know postpartum, that is a stressful time, and you're also not getting enough sleep, Girlfriend, that is going to really, really negatively affect postpartum weight loss. The high cortisol levels, they're going to increase even more from the stress and the poor sleep, making it even harder to lose weight. So you may be 12 months postpartum, you're like, I'm barely eating. I'm just eating salads and I'm going to the gym 6 days a week and I'm running 20 miles a week and I'm doing really high intensity workouts. But oh my gosh, like I'm also working full time and I have a baby and I'm also not sleeping. But why am I not losing weight? We have to go back to these 3 reasons. I think sleep is number 1. And there's a beautiful balance, especially when you're in this postpartum period, because listen, you're going to be sleep deprived. You're not going to get as much sleep as you used to. We have to come to terms with that. We have to accept it. But maybe we build supportive routines to help with our pre-bed routine, to help get as much sleep as we can. Go back to episode 17 where I talk about the ultimate pre-bed routine and nutrition tips for better sleep and less stress, because this is going to be key. So I remember I was actually just talking to my husband about this. I was like, oh my gosh, this time last year, I was waking up in the middle of the night to feed baby girl, and then I would get up at 4:45 and I would go to the gym. Again, there's this beautiful balance between the two. I had a routine where I kept my pre-bed routine really good. I went to bed at 8 to 8:30 and I woke up maybe 1 to 2 times at night. I fed my baby girl. I kept the lights dim, the lights off, and I went back to bed quickly because I didn't stimulate my brain. I didn't get on my phone. I didn't get on Instagram or buy a million things off Amazon. Been there, done that, early postpartum. My husband was like, why do we have all these Amazon packages coming? And I'm like, I've been up all night feeding our baby, so that's why. But because I had this beautiful routine before bed as well as during the nighttime, I was able to still get a really, really good sleep. And I track all of this on my Whoop, and it was really helpful to guide me so that in the morning when my alarm went off, I could really check in with my body, but also with my sleep on the app to see how things went. And if I felt good, like, hey, yes, I'm tired, but I feel good, I'm going to go to the gym. If I didn't, then I would sleep in and continue to rest. So it's this beautiful balance and something that I help moms find. So we have to be able to control stress. We have to be able to integrate these, what I call parasympathetic breaks, rest and digest breaks, into our daily activities throughout the day. They don't have to be super long, so that we can decrease stress. And then we have to build a supportive sleep routine, because when we're not getting enough sleep, you're going to see an increase in cravings. You're going to crave sugary, salty, fatty foods to keep you awake. Your fasting blood sugar is actually going to be higher in the mornings. You're going to have a decrease in metabolism and, of course, a decrease in energy levels. And all of this is going to negatively impact losing fat mass postpartum. So when I say losing weight postpartum, which is what we're talking about, 3 reasons why you're not losing weight postpartum, I am talking about fat mass. Because we do not want to lose muscle mass. We want to lose fat mass, and of course an appropriate amount, because fat is still really, really important. Small, realistic stress management techniques as well as sleep hacks can be super helpful. Again, go back and listen to episode 17. And this is something we will discuss in our one-on-one. We will go into great depths and detail of what your current routines look like, because that's how I want to help you. So schedule that nutrition session. I don't have many openings left. Go to wellnessbyval.kit.com/coaching. The link is also in the show notes, and you can always email me with any questions that you have. Let's do a quick recap. What are the 3 reasons why you're not losing weight, fat mass, postpartum? Reason number 1, girlfriend, you are not eating enough. We have to be able to give our body enough calories, protein, and the appropriate nutrients. Reason number 2, you are overdoing it on the cardio, too much high intensity and not enough strength training. And reason number 3, the stress, the sleep deprivation, they are working against you. So we have to be able to integrate some mindfulness techniques during the day and a pre-bed routine and find this beautiful balance between sleep and getting up to go to the gym. Start taking a look at these 3 areas in your own life and see where you can change some things up, where you can adjust. And again, when you need that one-on-one nutrition support, I am here. And I know you're going to need it. I'm here to guide you. I can help you create meal plans and find beautiful routines to make life so much easier. So be sure to snag your spot and go to wellnessbyval.kit.com/coaching. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and it is time to be able to fuel our bodies, get enough sleep and rest, add in some strength training so that we can lose fat mass, lose weight postpartum. Hey mama, I hope you loved today's episode. If it resonated with you, would you please take 30 seconds to share it with another mom, a mom who's looking to make healthy eating and exercise easier, because we need that. And if you haven't yet, I would be so grateful if you could leave a quick review on Apple Podcasts. It truly means the world to me and helps the show reach more amazing moms like you. All right, time to chase my toddler around. Stay strong and nourished, and I will be back on Monday with another episode. Talk soon.